Hi, it's Saturday the 22nd of August 2020. Back in touch with the weigh-in video. I want to talk about some changes I'm going to make on my channel, but first of all I want to thank someone who sent me a present yesterday. A parcel arrived via Amazon, and judging from previous experience I'm going to guess it was from Eva. And I'm going to say a massive thank you, Eva, for all your love and support over the years. If I've called it wrong, I apologise to the person who sent it, but it seems very much like the actions of Eva. So bless you, Eva, and I hope you're both well. Right, I want to bring something to you this week, and it's a kind of a subject, something I've struggled with for a long time, but it's also a way I can fall foul of foods without intending to. I do my homework, I check sins, I do all of that, and then something will kick in with my addiction to sugar. And with a little bit of research you can usually find it, but for the last 2 or 3 weeks I had not noticed this one. I had not found it until this morning, but I can see what it was doing to me. If I start to obsess about food, and I'm saying to Joe, this is incredible, this is beautiful, this is amazing, or like Naomi says, when you say this is too good to be true, the chances are it is. Check it again on the sin calculator, or on the sin estimator, or whatever they call it these days, or on the sin list. So this item of food we had checked on the sin list. It was speed and it was free.
And we had checked the ingredients as well.
And we had checked the ingredients.
But we just hadn't compared it.
But we hadn't compared it with a similar package. So what I'm going to show you now, and I've been saying every day for the last 3 or 4 weeks, oh my God, this is just so me. This dish, this food, this side dish is blowing my mind. I'm not Joe. I've been
you've been raving about it like crazy. You've gone from a third of a pack to a half a pack to a full pack.
Yeah. So 4 weeks ago, I was having a third of a pack. It's 175 grams. Joe will show it you closer. There's 175 grams in this tub of beetroot, sweet chilli beetroot. And I was having a third of a pack with my lunch each day. It didn't even matter what I was having for lunch, it goes with everything. Then I stepped it up and I started having half a pack, because it's beetroot, which is speed, it's sweet chilli, which I adore, and it's free on plan. It's actually on the list. It's not something we've calculated ourselves, it's on the list, it's free. Then the last 2 weeks I've actually stepped it up again and I've been having a whole pack, because it's only 175 grams, which is less than the portion of rice I would eat. So why am I worried about it? Because it's beetroot, which makes it speed, it's free food, it's healthy. And then I said to Joe the other day, how many calories are in this? And he looked at it and he said, well, it says 99% beetroot. So you think, well, beetroot's about 40 calories for 100 grams. This should be about 60 calories, 65 calories for the whole tub. Oh no, it's not. It's 189 calories, which, okay, I'm not a calorie counter. And in the scheme of things, 189 calories is like eating 3 modest-sized apples, which I don't do, not all in one go. Right, so 189 calories for the 175 grams. And that is actually 144 of those calories are from my demon, my dragon, which I've been chasing for the last month, sugar. Now, what I find confusing, and I'm no nutritionalist, I probably worry about things I shouldn't worry about, but if this says it's 99% beetroot, right? So that means in my estimation, out of 175 grams, there's very little of that ain't beetroot. Where do they get in 144 calories of sugar? Now you can say to me, well, it's beetroot, it's going to have sugar in it. I know that, I'm not dumb. But when I ask the smart speaker how many grams of carbs or sugar in beetroot, it tells me it's 4.7 grams per 100 grams. So in theory, this, if that's what it is, it's 99% beetroot. shouldn't have more than about 7 grams of sugar, if that's true. 7 grams of sugar is 28 calories.
Yeah, we ended up looking at the Tesco website where they sell just steamed beetroot in
a splash of vinegar.
In a bit of malt vinegar, and that was what, 6 per 100 grams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet this, well, can you read the details on there, Joe? I can't read that.
We'll keep it to per 100 grams because that makes it less confusing for people. So per 100 grams, it's 20 grams of sugar.
20 grams of sugar.
Which is 80
calories.
And there's 108 calories per 100 grams. So 80 of those 108
come from sugar. And that doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense to me why that is free. Except to say, one of my little pet hates around Slimming World is, this is a low-fat diet. They don't put so much emphasis on sugars. And I do, because I don't want to eat refined carbs. Now, this other pack of beetroot that I've got in my left hand, this is 300 grams. So remember that was 175 grams. This is 300 grams. That was 189 calories. This is nearly twice as big, and it's 93 calories. How many calories per 100 grams of that is sugar?
So per 100 grams there's 4.7, so that's going to be just short of like 20.
20 calories.
Yeah, 20 out of the 31.
Compared to what the other one was?
80.
80. So there's a quarter. If you're comparing light with light, weight-wise and everything, there's a quarter of the calories in this one than there is in this other one. And yet, the only thing you think they're adding, because both of them are 99% beetroot, the only thing you think they're adding is sweet chilli. But this one, the delicious one, which honest to God, I could eat 4 of those a day. I'd rather have that than a bar of chocolate, it's so good. The amount, I can see why now, because of the amount of bloody sugar in it. So come on, Slimming World, wake up. Some of us need to address this sugar issue. Some of us are sugar junkies, and I'll put my hand up, I'm a sugar addict.
Well, it's just a point as well that you can't really trust nutrition labels and stuff. Because if the ingredients are both 99% beetroot, that's not Slimming World's problem. That's just a problem with like counting calories and the misaccurate, not the.
But with the nutritionalists,
counting calories not being accurate.
Yeah, they've got a department at Slimming World. If you listen to the Slimming World podcast, where they have 11 members of staff. Some are dietitians, some are nutritionists, one's a psychologist. They've got all these people. If I see that, and it makes me wonder, where does all the sugar come from? Then I know they've got thousands of products. But something needs to start ringing warning bells about sugar, because I firmly believe a lot more of us have got a problem with sugar than we have with fat. Because if you look at the things on the shelves like yogurts, etc., they take the fat out, they add sugar, because they've got to put the taste back. And it also, like you say, it highlights labelling, because if you were in the supermarket and you see that 99% beetroot, wouldn't you think, well, it's free? Yes, it is free, but get used to comparing things, because honestly, I was getting totally addicted to that. I knew there must be something wrong in my plan the last 2 or 3 weeks, because I have been craving, not every day, not every other day, but some days I have been craving sugars. And I honestly thought when I stopped eating refined carbs that I'd lost that craving. And then sometimes it was coming back, and it was coming back probably linked to what I was eating it with, because that frees up foods differently in your body. But I'm just bringing it to you because if you're as interested as I am, you might not give a toss. You might think, oh, for God's sake, Jane, it's just beetroot. I don't care. You know, I'm just going to eat it. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not going to eat it anymore. I'll certainly eat up what's in the fridge. I think I've got 3 in the fridge. But what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to dice up the other one, and I'm going to sprinkle it with sweet chilli powder, sweet chilli flakes. And that should give me the same hot hit that I like, the sweet chilli, without the sugar hit. Because I don't have a problem with chilies, I do have a problem with sugar. So, right, where am I at this week? Well, it's been a good week. And it's been good because I've learned something like that which will help me to move on. I just said very briefly that I am seriously contemplating making a change to my channel. That's not moving away from Slimming World at all. I'm 100% Slimming World. I'm not sure that everybody understands how I do it now. I'm not sure everybody would approve of how I do it now, but actually that doesn't matter because it's only going to affect me. So I can do whatever I like, and that's freedom from food obsession. And I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to change, and I'm willing to move forward. And these are all massive things for me because, you know, before I joined Slimming World 5 and a bit years ago, I wasn't willing to do anything other than wait for somebody else to fix me. I waited a bloody long time for somebody else to fix me. Because when I finally got to Slimming World and actually got with the programme, started walking the walk instead of just talking the talk, I was like 58. Oh my God. I wish I'd known 30 years ago what I know today. The simple way to lose weight by becoming teachable, by listening to other people and their opinions, and by stop chatting excuses. Because that's where my life has changed. You know, if somebody else had a better idea than the one I was having, I had to shout them down. Because, you know, I'm doing the whatever diet. This is the best ever diet. I'm doing Lipotrim. I've lost 8 stone in 8 months. Yeah, talk to me in 6 months, I'll put 9 back on. You know, all that. I've been through a roller coaster of dieting and gaining weight. And honestly, if I had £1 for every pound I've lost and regained, I wouldn't be standing here on YouTube. I'd be in the Maldives or somewhere. Because I would be quite a wealthy lady, because I have abused my body so much with yo-yo dieting. And I just feel grateful today that I can see it differently, and that's bringing about a different kind of relationship with food, with dieting, with obsessing, all those things. It's a slow process. I am not cured. I'm not cured by any means. I don't think I ever will be 100% cured. I think I'll always have to work at this. But the thing that's standing out to me this week is, since I got back into the daily weighing, you know, buying the talking scales, I mean, that's been a godsend because it's given me independence. I don't have to ask anybody to weigh me anymore. I am independent, I can weigh myself. And those scales are spot on accurate. You can get on and off 10 times, you can move them around the dressing room floor. They still weigh exactly the same. You can't get it to make you lose half a pound by shifting it sideways on a wobbly tile. Done that sort of thing before. So, I've got into the habit of weighing daily, and I actually feel comfortable now to see those weights go like this. If I had a graph, if I could write a graph on graph paper, which is a visual thing I can't do, but if I could write my weight results on a monthly basis, you've got 30 weights, 31 weights would be like that. Peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs. Because I very, very rarely weigh the same 2 days running. But you know, because I've started to see it go up and down and up and down, I'm actually much more comfortable with that than when I used to go to Slimming World on a Saturday, get on the scales once, and it would go up, and I'd think, I don't get that. How have I put £1.5 pound on, been 100% on plan, and then I'd come off feeling gloomy? Well, now I can be 100% on plan, and I can still see the ups and downs. And I tell myself, it's normal. It's fluid, it's bodily waste, it's whatever. Could be the fact your hair needs cutting, your nails need cutting. No, I'm joking. But you know what I mean? I'm not emotionally invested in it in the same way. So, started the week at, what did I weigh last week? 8 stone 12. Started the week at 8 stone 12. That was what I weighed on the Friday for Slimming World. Texted my results into Naomi. Saturday, I was down a pound. But I stood here and said I'm 8 stone 12 because that's what I'd said on my Slimming World weigh-in. But Saturday I was 8 stone 11. Sunday I went up £1.2 I think. So I was back to say 8 stone 12.2. But I take that in my stride because I've been normally 100% comfortably on plan. And as the week's gone on, the start of the week I went down. The middle of the week I started to go back up. And when I got weighed yesterday for Slimming World, I was 8 stone 12.8. Now you can't text that weight in for a Slimming World. result. You've got to be a ½ pound or a £4. So I texted in 8 stone 13. Then I come on, I get up this morning, I get my scales out, I put them, on the floor, I stand on them and it says, you are 8 stone 12.4. So yesterday I was 8 stone 12.8, today I'm 8 stone 12.4. I've got so many numbers in my head. Oh God, I told Naomi I was 8 stone 13 because that was the nearest way. But I was 8 stone 12.8 and now I'm 8 stone 12.4. And I've been to the toilet since then, so I could be less. And tomorrow, but you know what? I need to simplify it. So I've decided, and this is only for the foreseeable, we'll see how it works out. What I've decided to do is every time I post a video, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, whenever I post a video, it will start with my daily weight. Because I like getting on the scales every day, it actually motivates me in a really positive way. Whereas years and years ago, when I used to get on the scales 10 times a day, it was a very negative experience for me. Well, mainly because I was never sticking to a plan, and all plans work if you work them, but I wasn't very good at that. I wanted to do Jane's version of Slimming World that didn't in any way look or feel like the Slimming World version. And then I'd go to group and I'd stand at the scales and adamantly I'd say, I've stuck to it all week. Why isn't it working for me? Yeah, bolshy cow, I really was. I am a bit nicer these days. It wasn't working for me because I wasn't working it. I was working my version. I've laughed with my friend over the years that, she used to say, well, if a bread roll is a B choice, why can't a toasted tea cake be? Duh, I can see that now. I don't like toasted tea cakes, but do you know what I mean? We're all very good at conning ourselves, and then I think we actually believe it when we stand at the scales, hands crossed across our chest in a very negative attitude and say, I've stuck to it all week. It doesn't work for me. Works for everybody but me. I've said that one as well. That's bull, or BS as they say in America. It's rubbish. It works if you work it. If you partly work it, it'll partly work. If you work it 5%, you'd be lucky if you don't just get a gain every week. We know from experience it works if we work it. We also know from experience that some weeks we just can't be bothered. So own that and say, I've had a week of just not feeling it. I've had a week of lying on the sofa and really not feeling like I can be bothered. Well, I've actually had quite an active week this week for me. I mean, we do our walk every morning and we've done it every morning, and we've now, the hill bit in the middle of our walk, we now do twice, don't we, Joe?
Yeah, the steepest hill. The
steepest hill. And when you're at the top of it, you're standing by a Mormon church, and I can't see, but I can visualise it because I used to be able to see. If you look back down the 2 hills we've just come up, it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Joe said, we're going to go back down there and then we're going to come back up again. If we did that all in one stretch, that is one steep hill. But we get a break because when we've done the first 2 parts, we get to turn around in front of the church, go back down, come back up. And I'm really feeling the benefit of doing that because it's not easy. But you did say this morning I wasn't as much out of breath, was I?
No, you're getting fitter.
I'm getting fitter. Thank God I'm not getting fatter. Anyway, so that's been really good, done that. Then, I think it was Wednesday, Joe had gone to the gym. And in a moment of madness, I decided it's time I hoovered under all the lounge furniture. Well, my lounge furniture, you've got a 4-seater settee, and the chairs, 2 people can comfortably sit in them, and they weigh a ton. I think Sue Hayward-Alt, Sue's got a similar sofa, so she'll know. How I moved the sofa from behind me here to over there, I got it halfway across the room and then I literally laid on it, on my back with my legs in the air like a dying fly going, oh my God, I can't move it back and I can't move it forward. And I had to psych myself up literally to shifting it. And then by the time I'd moved the chairs and I'd hoovered under all of it and everything, and I cleaned the window, and I got so motivated to do work. I changed the bed, I've polished all the internal wooden doors this week, I've cleaned the kitchen floor, I've done lots of physical things this week that are usually the things I'd sit in my rocking chair crocheting and thinking about. So I've got more energy and I'm feeling great, but then I get on the scales and I get a 0.8 gain, and then this morning a 0.4 loss, and I'm thinking, just own it on the day. Because I'm coming on here and I'm giving you a weight from yesterday that's not what, it doesn't reflect where I'm at today. And this channel is about my weight management. It's not I can still give my figure to Naomi on a Friday, which will go through as my Slimming World weigh-in for the Saturday, right? But even then, sometimes I'm doing that. I'm texting Naomi, I've lost a pound, like last week, whereas on the actual day that it would go into Slimming World, I'd lost 2 pounds. So I've got to bite the bullet and just text Naomi the Friday weigh-in. But if I'm going to make my video on a Saturday, by Saturday I could have gone up, I could have gone down, I could have stayed the same. But what I'm going to give you in future is the weight I am on the day I make a video. I'm not going to give you the losses, I'm not going to give you the gains, I'm not going to say, oh, I've got to maintain. I'm just going to say this is what I weigh today. Because it actually makes less of a fuss. It makes less of a fuss about it. And that's all I can ever be, what I weigh today. You know, like I've said before, if I go to the hospital or the doctors or anything and they say, oh, come through here, we want to measure how tall you are and we want to weigh you. Nobody weighs me. I don't play those games anymore. I've been at my own GP surgery before, got weighed upstairs and said, I don't weigh that. I don't weigh that much. Gone downstairs into the nurse's room, got weighed and been 10 pounds less. That's why I won't do it anymore, because that is enough to bring out a big dose of insanity in my life. Because I'm just no good with that sort of thing. But if I'm in charge of what I weigh, I've got control over it, I'm on the same scales, in the same room, that's all I am today. That's what I weigh today. And that is all that matters. It's irrelevant what I weighed yesterday or what I'm going to weigh tomorrow. I believe in living in the day. So that's the thinking behind it. So my channel will change to the extent of, I won't be standing here every Saturday saying this week I have lost, this week I have gained, this week I have maintained, here's an excuse or 3, why ever. No, it will just be today I weigh. If anybody's interested in whether that's a loss or a gain, then if you've got the time, look back on the previous video. But I don't think anybody is that interested. I think most people have got enough on looking at their own weight, trying to find what motivates them to lose weight, trying to stick with the plan, trying to avoid the excuses that other people make, trying to keep positive. We've all got enough of that for ourselves, and it's no easier nor any harder for me than it is for you. We're all in the same situation when it comes to weight loss. We all have the same bumps in the road, we all have the same choices, and you know, I'm just going to share this week. I had a good week food-wise, it was fabulous. But I'm so grateful that I sorted out that confusion with those beetroots. Because there's nothing wrong with me eating something that's 189 calories, but there was something very wrong with my head for the last 3 weeks. And this, I need to chase the dragon. I don't need to chase the dragon. I need to abstain from the dragon. So I will eat the ones I've got left because I'm not throwing like best part of a fiver in the bin, and Joe doesn't like it. But yeah, that'll be gone by Monday, and then I'll make my own. Right, that's all I've got today. It's don't think there's anything else on my list, was there?
Oh.
It's a weird day today. We went out walking about 7:20 this morning, and I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and honestly it felt like October. It really felt like October. I thought I was going to have to come home and put a jumper on or a cardigan. But it's getting a bit brighter as the day goes on. So enjoy your days, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye.